Welcome, all you who are not King George, Queen Hoover hypocrites. Earlier, I had a video, and at the time, every day I overcome their criminally insane gyrations. Something occurred that I thought was quite good, showing an expertise in what is of high interest to me, previous experience, and that is it was in international space, and well, they could have charged a fee for entertainment. Well, no. Every day I overcome horrible. They try to, try to damage your brain, and so what the Las Robles, which was worse, they gave me the Guantanamo Bay treatment. It was worse though, because there they use water, and water is cool and refreshing, and if you need a little drink of water, you might be able to drink some water. With me, they used a 1 second bell 2 feet from my head, constantly ringing day and night for at least 10 days. I don't know, a couple of times I passed out. It was quite critical. And then if you moved to try to get up, the alarm would ring. Now that would ring about every 3 seconds, but it was 3 times as shrill and penetrating, and both of them be ringing at the same time. Now this went on for 10 days and nights, besides all of the shots, especially in the stomach. So they practically ruined my digestive system. So I lost 10 pounds in 1 week because of my digestive system and losing weight, that shoddy work and bridge work, and in the discipline of DDS. The bones are protruding and very sensitive and painful. So I wasn't eating properly and digesting my food, and I had to be of concern that symptom of not wanting to eat, but knowing you have to try to get some strength. I found that you get the dentures would move and you couldn't speak properly, would interrupt, and maybe you have to start over again. Plus, if you really strain, which I tried to do today, I'm getting to where I want to be actually better than I was before the Las Robles Guantanamo Bay treatment. Yeah, that actual striving, and I think I will achieve. Now, my lungs, and stressing and speaking loud, but it didn't occur. You can hear a wheezing sound. As long as it's not pneumonia. So I have then from head to toe overcome the Guantanamo Bay worst type crimes, and I now did some work on my bridge work and rested, and where I think I can be more of who I really am. Now, speaking of those ridiculous Anglo-USA losers, from the ridiculous losers now to the sublime, where we are the highest and best. And my presentation, the words were, and the pronunciation and enunciation, they were understandable. And so it was, I think, reasonable and acceptable. And I may not delete that video. This would be part 2B. Now, I started, let's get done at best, highest, intellectual discussions, comprehension, explanation, and presentation in the value, the truth, value, and importance of the words and the meaning, not of, say, photogenic. I started with philosophy, and we say philosophy is maybe man's personal or personality, because you have the right to your opinion if it is not irrational or immoral, and therefore is not heuristic. So we then selected Aristotle, and I did that on the overall work of his presentation, his thinking, his intellect, where he, in my opinion, our opinion, raised the state of the art to its highest or as high a level, especially considering, who was the founder, one of the founders of the discipline, and the era and the circumstances. And so from Aristotle and philosophy, we then went to where we go to theology. Well, now, theology is the study of all beliefs. And I say that if a person has a belief, that is not, there's social science, there's political science especially. Why an administrator would be angry at somebody about their personal belief or non-belief when it has nothing to do with political science. And the number one example of that is the Italians of Italy. They are quite religious. They are of a faith that says the faith comes first. Well, those in political science who say no, political science comes first. Political science comes first in how and you want to run your country, your government and your country. What the person believes as far as an eternal life, that's got nothing to do with politics. Let them think whatever they want to think, as long as they realize that the system of government you have in that nation is the way you're going to do, you're going to administer and have the government function, and where the people elect those that to represent them. I think that's the best system. Let the people have those from the people to represent them, instead of this King George, Queen Hoover, criminally insane hypocrisy. Now, so in theology, you don't have someone that has demonstrated they have supernatural power. They are a person then that you say is like the number one example is Jesus Christ. So who then in theology? Well, I picked Thomas Aquinas, and Thomas Aquinas was one of the foremost classical proponents of natural theology, and he influenced Western thought considerably. And much of modern philosophy was conceived and developed with him, or those maybe that opposed his concepts, and particularly in the areas of ethics, natural law, metaphysics, even political theory, but mainly Aristotle. In fact, he referred to Aristotle as the philosopher. Now, and third is science. Well, the father of modern science is Galileo Galilei. He resolved everything he ever tried except the finite velocity of light. And that's because at that time they had a 1 second water clock, and light, its velocity is so great that in 1 second it'll circle the earth more than 7 times. So his mountaintop to mountaintop, he couldn't catch light. And so his saying of, well, if it's not instantaneous, it's awful gosh darn fast. Now, from there we go to explorers, and we select Cristoforo Colombo. The English like to say it's the word that's like from them, like Newton's 3 laws. No, they're Galileo's 3 laws. He copied them exactly. Galileo's 3 laws. And it's Cristoforo Colombo, not Christopher Columbus. And so he then found what they say the New World, and that greatly expanded then people migrating, especially in the northern hemisphere to north. There was a north continent, a south continent, and that was by a cartographer, Amerigo Vespucci. Only in English they say it's America. As a north, they say they named it after, because he was said as a north and south continent. What's the name? North America, South America. Now, Now from that, we're going to next go to cosmology. Now I see it's 15 minutes, and I'm going to have a part C. And my pronunciation and enunciation is holding, and I will continue then with part C. Thank you.